Hi there, this is Jackson O'Brien. I am the Coffee Educator here at Peace Coffee. I'm here to tell you about the Bonavita TS 1900, better known as the Bonavita 12 Cup. The Bonavita is a marvelous auto dripper. It's probably the best bang for your buck auto dripper that you can find out there. It is how I brew my coffee at home most days, and it is a great little machine. And I'm going to show you a couple of tips and tricks to get the most out of how to use it. So how to use one of these brewers could not be simpler, really. I mean, you imagine, put water in the water reservoir, put coffee in a filter, put the filter in a filter basket, and push go on the machine, you got yourself a brew. But I find that something that a lot of people don't really do with their brewers in this instance is know how much coffee to use, how much water to use, and what grind setting to use. So I'm gonna go through how to really figure those out and really hone those in for the best way for you to brew you. So, how much coffee do you make? A lot of people kind of think about how much coffee makes, including this thing, in terms of cups. We have these lines for 4 cups and 6 cups and 8 cups. And people kind of assume, oh, that must mean 4, 8, or 6 of these things. But here's the deal. For whatever reason, cups on a coffee maker do not equal your average mug that humans drink out of in 2020. These were designed back in the mid-50s, back when people drank coffee out of things about this size, these dainty little 4 to 5 ounce cups. And furthermore, no 2 coffee makers can agree on what a cup is. And so for that, I always recommend using kind of an objective measure. I use milliliters myself. And 1 milliliter of water is also equal to 1 gram of water because the metric system is awesome. So to figure out how much coffee to use and how much water to use, I'm first going to figure out how much coffee do I actually drink. So let's say this is my favorite mug, right? And I know that I drink 2 of those mugs a day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure how much water actually fits in that mug. I'm going to pour water into this mug until it is completely full, up to the brim, kind of uncomfortably full. It's about 200 grams. The reason I fill it uncomfortably full is some of that water is going to be absorbed by the coffee, and the difference between that uncomfortably full and comfortably full is typically the amount of water that actually gets absorbed by the coffee. My wife, this is her favorite mug. She typically drinks 2 of these. So I'm going to see how much that is. That's 300 milliliters. So now I know that my wife drinks 300 milliliters twice over. That's 600 milliliters. I drink 200 milliliters twice over. That's 400 milliliters. So that means I need to brew 1 liter of water per day. So now I can just grab myself a vessel, measure out 1 liter worth of water on it, and Bob's your uncle. So there you go, that's 1 liter of water. That goes right in my carafe. Now how much coffee you use depends on how much water you use. Our recommended brew ratio is 1 to 16, so that's 1 part coffee to 16 parts water. You can do the math, but I'm going to tell you right now it's about 60 grams of coffee to use with that 1 liter of water. So I'm going to set this on here and measure out 60 grams of coffee. A scale is really a marvelous thing that will really help your home coffee game just as much, if not more so, than a nice brewer or a nice grinder. It's easily the cheapest part. Once you've got that done, you want to know what grind to use. I recommend starting at around a standard drip grind. For this one, it's going to be number 15 on this Baratza grinder, but remember where you left it. The grind size to start should be about halfway between the texture of Morton table salt and Morton kosher salt. I'm going to slide that in, press go. All right, now that the brew is finished, all we need to do is drink it. And as you do so, all you need to do is make sure you keep this machine up. Let's keep this carafe and this filter basket clean, the same as you would any other dish. And if you've got hard water like we do here in Minneapolis, maybe do a V-scale every once in a while. But either way, this is a delightful machine to help you really brew you. Skål.